Good morning, Bayview family. This is PJ. It is Wednesday, July 28th, 2021, and I'm here for the daily lectionary reading for our 3 readings today. With it being Wednesday, we're on our last day of hearing Psalms 111. Our Old Testament reading is from Isaiah chapter 25, verses 6 through 10, and our New Testament reading comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6, verses 35 through 44. Now let us listen in to the scriptures today. Psalm 111. Hallelujah! I give thanks to God with everything that I've got. Wherever good people gather, and in the congregation, God's work are so great, worth a lifetime of study. Endless enjoyment, splendor, and beauty mark his craft. His generosity never gives out. His miracles are his memorial. The God of grace, the God of love. He gave food to those who fear him. He remembered to keep his ancient promise. He proved to the people that he could do what he says. Hand them the nations on a platter, a gift. He manufactures truth and justice. All his products are guaranteed to last. Never out of date, never obsolete, rust-proof. All that he makes and does is honest and true. He paid the ransom for his people. He ordered his covenant kept forever. He's so personal and holy, worthy of our respect. The good life begins in the fear of God. Do that, and you know the blessing of God. His hallelujah lasts forever. The Old Testament reading today comes from the book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verses 6 through 12. Hear these words. But here, on this mountain, God of the angel armies will throw a feast for all the people of the world. A feast of the finest food. A feast with the vintage wines. A feast of 7 courses. A feast lavish with gourmet desserts. And here on the mountain, God will banish the pall of the doom hanging over all the people. The shadows of doom darkening all nations. Yes, he'll banish death forever. And God will wipe the tears from every face. He'll remove every sign of disgrace from his people, wherever they are. Yes, God says so. Also at this time, the people will say, look at what's happened. This is our God. We waited for him, and he showed up and saved us. The God, the one who waited for. Let's celebrate. Sing the joys of salvation. God's hands rest on the mountain. As the Moabites, they'll be treated like trash. Waste shoveled into a cesspool. Trash away as they will, like swimmers trying to stay afloat. They'll sink in the sewage. Their pride will pull them under. Their famous fortifications will crumble to nothing. Those mighty walls will reduce to dust. And then our New Testament reading today comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6, verses 35 through 44. When his disciples thought this had gone on long enough, it is now quite late in the day, they interrupted. We are a long way out of the country, and it's very late. Pronounce a benediction and send these folks off so they can get some supper. Jesus said, you do it. Fix supper for them. They replied, are you serious? You want us to spend a fortune on food for their supper? But he was quite serious. How many loaves of bread do you have? Take an inventory. That didn't take long. 5, they said, plus 2 fish. Jesus got them all to sit around in groups of 50 or 100. They looked like a patchwork quilt of wildflowers spread out on the green grass. He took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, lifted his face to heaven and prayed, and blessed and broke, and gave the bread to the disciples, and the disciples in turn gave it to the people. He did the same with the fish. They ate all until they were filled. The disciples then gathered 12 baskets of leftovers. More than 5,000 were fed at that supper. And here ends our readings for the day.